What happened when the 90-day gang descend upon the luxury of a 3.5-star all-inclusive with nothing but booze, bodies and bohemia to occupy their little minds? To answer this and other existential questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to check your blessings for surprises as we sample the delights of the 90-day hunt for love. On today's show, Rob the Knob is unapologetic for being premature.
You know, I shot my shot.
Chantel is jealous.
We all want that happy ending.
Tim is studying biology.
Boobs, whatever.
And Usman is studying penis ownership in Africa.
Africans, everybody has a big penis.
All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel.
I think most people, when they meet me, they think I'm dumb.
Good day, salute and salutations to you. Big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people. And a Louis Jenga set for the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. Another new 90-day series, Hunt for Love. Pretty sure that's a typo. And here we assemble some of the most vain, self-obsessed 90-day cast members. Get them a little bit tiddly and let them loose on a budget all-inclusive. In fact, said budget all-inclusive is the Cortatum, a 3.5-star adults-only resort in Quintana Roo, Mexico. Here it is. Looks cold. And how the hell did they get the Google car here? That's commitment to your job. Or lazy. Maybe he just thought he'd take a little break by the beach and thought he'd better grab a couple of shots to make it look like he was busy. Anyway, the reviews are interesting. Nobby thought it was the worst hotel ever. Chadwick said the staff stole her money from her room. Jessica said, run, don't waste your time. And Map said the stuff was friendly. Good job. We mustn't, of course, confuse 90-day Hunt for Love with The Hunt for Love, a thrilling show brought to you by Naser Boom. See? What a captivating show! I don't know what they're saying, so I put the subtitles on and it just sort of said foreign. Yeah, nice one, YouTube. And I know you're dying to know if that young man secured himself a Zimbabwean beauty. Well, no, he didn't.
Alright, don't go my pee-pee.
Good job. Other people who have reviews that recommend running away are the cast we have here. Here's a little sample of our beauties. We've got the one with the ego, the one with the square head. He is odd to look at though, isn't he? I mean, it's like someone crossed a leprechaun with Sapa. We've also got the one with the boobs and the one with the attitude problem, which is sort of all of them. And Colt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a typo too. Why did they call him Colt? Because his mother couldn't spell cunt. Along the way, we've got conflict, kissing and medical costs as the cast attempt to find love and luxury, but, on a budget. First to arrive is Chantel. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. Go on then, Chantel. Make an analogy about your dating life.
Throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks.
So you're checking to see if your spaghetti is cooked properly? Well, at 33, I'd say your spaghetti's a little bit overcooked by now. Plus, most people can tell if spaghetti is done by just, looking at it. If you have to grab a handful of spaghettis and fling them against the wall to see what sticks to you, I'd say you don't know much about spaghettis, and men don't really want to visit a kitchen with who knows how many floppy spaghetti lying around. But anyway, let the bullshit begin.
We're here at this gorgeous beach resort.
Yeah, no, not. It's sort of average at best. It reminds me of one of those places where a person can unwind in the company of a local and reasonably priced hostess. Maybe enjoy a nice deep tissue massage.
We all want that happy ending.
We do, but I hear they charge extra for that. So, that's her. Great. She's there bewildered at how she could possibly be singled. Well, she certainly takes all the rigidity out of my pasta-based products. Perhaps because she's an entitled little princess. And perhaps because she's one of those people who dry cry. Cringingly badly.
You told me that! You told me that!
So, what you looking for in a man?
I want you to have the whole package.
So she's after the top 1% man who is willing to settle. Got it. So in exchange for him having the whole package, he gets her. Got to say though, the good men are pretty much all gone by the mid-30s. Mostly because they're busy being good at stuff like family, jobs and kids. You want one of those, you gotta get him early.
The dating pool, let's be honest, it has piss in it.
If they're back in the pissy dating pool in their 30s, he's one of the following things. He's cheating on someone, incapable of functioning as an adult, he's a fuckboy, or there's just something wrong with him. Or he's like 5 foot tall and hoping you won't notice. Thing is, humility is the key to finding a forever person. If you think you're better than everyone, then no one will ever be enough. If you see nothing but what's in a person's soul, then it's not about the competition of winning you, it's about a collaboration of minds and dreams and stuff. Anyway, next through the turnstile is Tiffany, and while she had her faults, she ended up with an arsehole.
Change hyper. No, that's your job. You coming or you staying?
I'm staying.
Stay.
But she's quite pleased to see Chantel.
She's stunning, so although it's not a competition, I'm like, damn.
Well, I don't know, if I was a choosy chooser, I'd probably choose Tiffany. I'm not sure if this vulnerability and self-deprecation is genuine, but she seems fairly reasonable, sort of, so far. But I think Chantel has had her moment years ago, and the kind of materialistic surface-level depth men she wants don't want someone who has low effort in their health and well-being. Personally, I don't care what shape your packaging is in, just as long as the flavour is interesting with a dash of crazy. Just to illustrate my point earlier about men in their 30s who are single, here comes Rob the Knob.
You know, I shot my shot.
Waiter, napkin for table 2. But of course he was talking about proposing to Sophie. If you remember, he did that cringe-inducing TikTok-looking dance thing, then romantically proposed next to the exit. Be still my aching heart. There was, of course, that time where he got caught cheating with the Squishmallow.
All right, you want me to leave?
Take the Squishmallow.
Yeah, Squishmallow, you hussy. Then enters one of the most suspicious organisers.
Hi, Mr. Rob.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
How you doing? What's your name?
This is Johanna, an events organiser. Sure, I bet she isn't. Hang on a second. Here she is, Johanna Marie Boneacre. Boneacre. She might not know how to spell exclusive, but she does know how to invite people for drinks on a beach with a lovely location. I mean, that takes some skill, doesn't it, huh? Hey, she's got a side hustle and selling sand to the Arabs. So, organiser here has basically been hired to be a honey trap for the boys. Well, that's my thinking anyway. And for the girls, they brought in Kevin the barman.
Yes.
Good job. Next through customs is Usman, whose IQ and age are frighteningly similar. But he's not just Usman, you know. He's superstar soldier boy from Nigeria.
I'm an artist, I can sing for you every day, you know?
Yeah, as long as someone brought the auto-tune, we're good to go. But who wouldn't be impressed with such fine lyrics as, I see fire in your eyes, I see beauty in your disguise. I mean, just wow. The poetic genius it took to rhyme eyes and disguise. I mean, emotional. But like Peter Parker, Usman lives in the shadow of his alter ego.
Or they are not turning themselves to me as for me, Usman. They just come in for the soldier boy.
So we'll meet more as we go. There's like 20 cast members, so it'll take ages to get through all of them.
And yeah.
The first night, though, is a masquerade ball and everybody has to wear a mask. Ugh, I hate DJs, especially DJs who pretend to be doing stuff. Like this one. You see that there? That's called a crossfader. It fades from left deck to the right deck. This is also called a fader and controls the volume of this deck. So she's pretending to fade from a deck with hardly any volume to a deck that hasn't been turned up yet. That'll sound good.
I believe they're all beautiful lady, but I can't tell because I didn't see their face yet.
Yeah, but surely you have some sort of idea who it is. You know, like it even really covers your face that much. That gives me an idea for a game. Let's play Guess the Member. Now I'm going to show you a couple of pictures of previous reality TV cast members from various shows. And you have to guess who's behind the mask. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Oh, and a cheeky number 4. See, I bet you had no idea they were. So anyway, they all get cool masks, and it sort of looks a bit like Labyrinth for a moment. Everyone has these really nicely made things with feathers and various things, except this guy.
Good.
Hi.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting
Nice
you.
to meet you. Welcome.
They really phoned that mask in though, didn't they? Did they just get some gaffer tape and go, yep, that'll do, off you go? I wonder if he'll take his eyebrows off with it when he takes it off later.
Seem like some decent-looking guys around here trying to get at all the girls.
Sure, okay, yeah, I guess they must be hiding behind Frank Zappa there. I like how they gave Squarehead Tim a full face mask. Yeah, that shit's up. That's really the paper bag of all masquerade masks, isn't it, really? Kind of looks like Teen Wolf now. Ooh, who's behind the attractive werewolf guy? Oh, yes, I think I'll have gaffer tape guy, thanks. The problem with that Johanna person filling the place with some super attractive extras is that poor old Tim here finds himself striking out.
How old are you?
44.
Really?
Yeah. And that,
So you're 20 years older than me?
yeah.
And about 3 feet shorter by the looks of it. First of all, though, fuck off whoever you are. Nothing wrong with being 44. I'm sort of 44 plus a little tiny bit. Did you say you're 24? Blimey, I would have given you 30. Probably been around more blocks than DoorDash.
That just made me feel super old.
So what about this Tim guy then? Well, he's not a bum or a boob like the other guys, apparently.
You know, some guys are butt, boobs, whatever.
I see what you mean. Colt's a right tit and Rob's an absolute arse. Tim, though, is more like Frankenstein worked out how to use Snapchat filters. He's got that rectangular top head bit. Just had a couple of bolts and we're good for Halloween all year round. He also kind of looks like he was built on Minecraft. His beard appears to be stuck on, except it peel off the fake beard to reveal a slightly less interesting beard underneath.
The first thing I notice is hair, and I think that sounds kind of creepy, but I like what I like.
It does a little bit, but it's not like feet or something. I don't think he's dangerously interesting enough to be properly edgy. Not like the rope around the mirror. It gave up on being edgy and sort of wants to be a bit more sort of flory. I think I know what it is about him. He's got an outstanding head-to-face ratio. Here's his ex, Jennifer. She's on gauge for normal head-to-face ratio. See, forehead, because it's the size of around 4 fingers. Notice she's looking down to this part of his head, because that's where all his features seem to have collected. And this is Tim's head-to-face ratio. Blimey, that's like a 6 or 7 head right there. And how can you have the hairline that says small forehead, big eyebrows, but you've actually got an 8 head? How does that even happen? I bet those eyebrows meet in the middle normally though, don't they? I imagine his brow is hairier than Julia's hoo-ha. So he preens himself ready for a night of potential passion, makes sure he looks at his best, then puts a mask on and covers up all his hard work. Good job. Last one for today, and it's Courtney. Ugh, another one who can't spell her name properly. But in this scene, we do get to see one of my new favourite characters. It's Kevin the barman.
Right?
Look at him. He might be only 4'5", but he'll still fling a cucumber in your pims. Although today, Courtney is test driving some new technology in her mask. It's the automatic self-deploying shield protecting ladies from unwanted gentlemen. Or arse plug, for short. This is how it works. The young lady, is enjoying a delightful mimosa or whatever it is at the bar. Then suddenly, unwanted attention rocks up. All right, love, come here often, and kapow! The mask springs into action. Crisis averted.
I think most people, when they meet me, they think I'm dumb.
Yep. So, later on at the... she wasn't finished. Okay, hold on.
But I think it's to my advantage.
Yeah, being retarded is very useful, you know. Get priority parking.
But actually, I'm really smart.
Of course you are, yes. Although she was smart enough not to bash that massive shot while the camera was on her. There's no way she's not giving it the full tequila face with that lot. But, silly me, I've gone and underestimated her already. She does do the shot on camera, throws back that healthy double, smashes the line, and nothing. So, in order to not look like that's a very normal thing for her to be doing, she's pretend like she's not been banging shots all afternoon and does a very demure, shouldery, shuddery thing. Oh, I'm so ladylike. But then she sees a man across the bar.
I stayed the night at his hotel a few times.
Yes, indeedy. She's already had a slice of Nigeria's Justin Bieber. Will they get it on again? Will Rob the Knob fall for the decoy? Who goes to hospital? And of course, Colt's back. So do please make sure you stick around for that. That's all I've got time for today. I'll be covering 90 Day this week, and I'm off on holiday next week. So I've got some best and worst of Lalus lined up for your delectation while I'm away. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this little channel. You make a very tired man extremely happy. So if you enjoy what I do, then please do like, subscribe, and try one of these delightful offerings. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my 3, and you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for our plan. Thank you.